workshop booth. Let's take a look at the new stencils. Come with me. This is Jeannie. She's the owner of the craft. We're on Periscope. She's the owner of the Crafters Workshop. We're going to go look at the new stencil designs. Ta-da! Okay, so come close. Come close. Come close. Okay, my mom is running the camera and she's afraid of coming too close because I might break it. I hope that I don't. But come on, let's take a peek at the new stencils. Okay, so this is the first of the Christmas stencils, and as you can see, it's just a whole lot of different words, and you can see the sample, which I did not make the sample, I have to completely confess. Oh, PDB Knit says she loves her new scan and cut. Thank you so much. I love hearing that. I love my scan and cut too. So you can see that this sample was actually made by Suzanne. It looks really cute. There's Suzanne. Hi, Concerned Owl. She made this, which is awesome. Now here's the second Christmas stencil, which you can see right here. And it says Very Merry Christmas, and it has these bulbs around it and the whole thing. And here is the sample for it, which I think is really cool. And it uses that bumping technique, which I'm sure you've read about online. I do YouTube. You can find my YouTube channel if you click on my blog, BalzerDesigns.typepad.com, and there's a link to my YouTube channel. So that's really cool. Thank you for saying you love my videos. I love hearing that. Okay, so this is the next one. I kind of love this one more than I can even tell you. It is so perfect for jelly printing, and every single time I use it, okay, it makes me look way better of an artist than I am, because check out this sample, which I think is super cool. Perfect, right, for all sorts of journal pages and all kinds of stuff. I love it. I'm gonna just zoom in really quick and hopefully you'll be able to see right there. Can you see that? I used some spray ink on the stencil as a negative, and I just think that turned out really cool. And thank you, Chicken Scratch, for being a huge Crafters Workshop fan. Okay, so the next one up here, this is called Mini Doodled Pattern, and I think I was calling it Batik or something like that, because when I designed this file, that's really what I was thinking about. But check out the amazing coolness that you can make. This feels like an art journal page that's totally Julie, because you know, Julie's all about maximalism. That's about like making as much stuff as possible happen all at the same time. That's kind of what I love. Thanks for loving it, Stampin' Franny. I appreciate that. Next up is something that I think you're gonna love, at least I do, which is I've been wanting to do a fish stencil for a really long time, but I could never get it to look how I wanted. It always sort of looked generic instead of looking Julie or like clip arty. So this is what I did, and as you can see, there's a hand reaching into the tank, and this one is called Tribal Fish, and I think you can see why, because it really has that kind of tribal feeling. I love it. It actually makes me think of sort of some stamps that I've carved. Okay, so next up, you can see right here, this is stones or mini pebbles tied, I guess you could call it. Totally cool, totally amazing. And check that out. Look how good it looks using the big and the small. I often tell people that with stencils, what you want to do is you want to use both the large and the small to make things look great. And check out the dimension on that butterfly. That is pretty neat, right? That's actually a piece of deli paper that I cut using my scan and cut, and then the back is also another piece. And if you like the yes, oh baby, that's a stencil too. That's actually a stencil that was released this summer called Art Deco Alphabet, okay? Next up, you can see, thanks Anna Fran for saying it's beautiful. I love hearing that. So here you go. Here is, you can see it's orange slices, looking pretty cool, and it makes for a really awesome look. I mean, that background is, I'm totally in love with it. And you can see, if you use it tiny, on a tag like I have here, it looks completely different than when you pull back and look at it. Now again, look at the dimension. I'm in love with foam adhesive, you guys. I can't stop it. I'm using foam adhesive on absolutely everything because it is addictive. Okay, next up, we're gonna zoom past some samples, and now this one is actually based on one of my favorite patterns to doodle. Okay, I love doodling this pattern, and thank you Fitted Jeans, thank you Art Madness, I love you back, okay? And check it out. These samples are a little bit mixed up because actually the sample for the stencil is down here, Pretty cool, right? And guess what I used here? This is the Orange Slices stencil once again, but it looks like flowers when you use it little on tags. And if you look again, this is Doodling on the Dark. And yes, the stencils are available in the UK. Hi, La Worship, or is it LA Worship? I'm not sure. This next one here, okay, I've been calling Jax because I was thinking of the game Jax, right, that you play. Okay, oh, it's Lisa. Hi. Okay, and this is the sample, which you can see right here. And one of the things I love about this sample is that you can see how the Jacks actually make for a kind of cool flower, which again, with my dimensional foam adhesive obsession, you can see how we've just simply cut it out and popped it up. So coloring on the black, that is just regular acrylic paint. Did you know that many of your acrylic paints will go black, especially if you put a coat of white underneath? So let's look really close and you'll be able to see, right, that there's a white coat under there and then there's color on top, and that's what makes it pop right off the black. Next up, you can see this is the mini spiky wheels right here, which I think is a great stencil, super useful, one of those things that we all love. And again, mixing the large and the small really looks fantastic, gives it dimension, really interesting. And remember, you don't have to use a stencil the way that you find it. The stencil, the balls are all in rows, but the actual finished product, they're not in rows at all. So, you know, when you're doing your stenciling, think about that. Last of the big stencils, you guys, this one. It's called Road Trip, or On the Road. There you go. Lots of different cars and vans and all sorts of stuff. Perfect for lots of different scrapbooking applications. But don't forget, you can actually make some pretty cool looking finished art with it. And that piece was also made by Suzanne. And I think she did a fantastic job. Okay, so let's look at some Balzer bits. Okay, so here we go. Here are some Balzer bits. So you can see we have this face. It's a profile right there. It's called the Beauty Profile Bit. Okay, and you can see how cool it looks right there. And then we have another profile. This is of a lady with hair and she's being followed by dots. And I thought this was a pretty cool technique, just layering, 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 layering. Did I mention layering? And then next up, you know how I like stars and snowflakes and all that kind of stuff. So you can see it right here. And then there is the sample using it. Okay, super cool. Again, working on a black tag. Pretty neat. And don't forget to trace your stencils. Because look at that. That white, that's just a pen. That's just a white Sharpie, okay, where we've traced the stencil. Next up, you can see there's a flower. I like my flowers as kind of a Hawaiian flower, okay? And then here you go. When you see it in use, I love the fact that it looks like bright and dark and opaque and not. And thank you, Paper Artsy. I appreciate that. Thank you, Chicken Scratch. Thank you, Tracy. So here we go. Lots and lots of cool stuff. This star one, I really like the star circle bit. It makes some cool looking stuff. Okay, this is my favorite bit, you guys. I absolutely cannot lie. I think it's amazing. Even if I design it myself, can you brag about something that you actually made yourself? It's called Triangle Panic Bit, because the triangles are in a panic because they're going all sorts of places. And look how cool it looks. I just absolutely love it. And here you go, last one. This is the sun bit. It looks like a sun, and this is how it prints. Pretty darn cool, okay? So I am just gonna hand the camera off to Mom for just a second. Hello! Okay, so now that I've taken you through the whole booth and you've seen absolutely everything, I want to say thank you. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to turn the camera around so I can answer any stencil questions that you have for a few minutes, and then we're going to go off. So get your stencil questions ready, because here I come. Hi, okay, so you guys want to see Mom, and they're asking if she can say hi. Hello there. Okay, so here we are together. So cute. Happy to see you. And my earrings. Oh, you're wondering about my earrings. So these were actually made scan and cut style. They're old Hambly transparencies, and I just painted them, you know, after I had cut them on my scan and cut. Pretty easy. But yeah, Mom's the cutest. She's trying to get out of the camera, you guys. She's desperately trying to get away from me. Thanks for saying you love our podcast. We love doing them too. That's awesome. So my favorite way to use stencils is really got to be with the jelly plate. And I'm walking through here. And as you can see on my demo table, what do I have? I have a mini jelly plate. And I've just been showing all the different ways that you can use the jelly plate. So super easy. Thanks for saying you love our podcast. We love doing them. Okay. So you guys, I'm going to sign out and say thank you so much. I will do a foamy demo, but I won't be in the foamy booth until tomorrow. So I'm going to try to trick mom into taping part of it tomorrow. So watch my Instagram, my Twitter, and definitely follow me so that you get a notification about it. I do have a YouTube. If you go to my blog, which is BalzerDesigns.typepad.com, you can find the YouTube, the podcast, link to my Facebook, my Instagram, like absolutely everything. So I will be sure to show you all of that. And thank you so much for tuning in. And hello to you from Sweden. That's amazing. That's awesome. Okay, so thank you so much. I'm going to show you one little quick at what I'm looking at.